This is the angle that everyone is ignoring. This is the angle that they don't want you to see. Look at this. I can't believe I have to make this video right now. Is everyone blind? LeBron James is getting all kinds of flack today because he didn't make some easy reverse layup to win the game. I think people are blind. I think they're ridiculous. I think they're haters. Let's take a look at this. So this is the alleged play where he makes this boneheaded decision. It's slightly jarring. It might make you think that by looking at it initially, like he could have just made this easy layup. But there's a couple angles that we really need to closely consider. This is the worst angle, if you see. A lot of the media is using this specific angle to come at LeBron like he's some crazy man who couldn't just make the easy basket to win the game against the Rockets. But no, it's not that simple. This is the angle that everyone is ignoring. This is the angle that they don't want you to see. Look at this. If you're not looking very closely, you still might not be convinced that LeBron James made a good decision here. But let's take a look at this closely. For context, let's go back to this play. I want you to understand what he's doing and when he's doing it. In this exact moment, LeBron wants to try to go up for this layup, right? He wants to go for the layup, but he's being contested, right? We see this. He's trying to go for the layup, but he's being contested. The guy's up in the air. He's not going to be able to get an easy bucket here, right? So he keeps the play going. He jumps delayed in the air here. I also want you to take note of where the other defenders are, right? He's got one behind him, which, you have to be cognizant of. You don't really know where that person is. He could be trying to block you from behind, etc. We certainly have one right in his face here, and potentially have another player right here. So, LeBron is cognizant of all this. He's literally got 3 players in the paint. And what does he see, by the way, in this exact moment here? He sees an all-time great shooter. He sees an all-time great shooter, wide open, and there, you can't see it here, but there's about, almost 3 seconds left. And so he makes this pass, and people, again, are crazy about this, but let's go to the angle. This is the angle that they don't want you to see, man. This is the one. So as we just discussed, that was going on. This is the point in time, right? This specific time right here. This is the time where LeBron James can make a play, right? So he jumps up in the air. He's looking, okay? Do we not understand where he is under the he is behind the glass at this point. People want him to make some reverse layup at this point, but it's impossible. It's impossible. Look at where he is. And if you don't believe me, watch where his head ends up. Watch specifically watch LeBron James's head right here. Okay, you looking? Watch his head right here. Do you see, in relation to the net, how far away he is from behind? Like, what do they want him to do? Do you see the ball where he's holding to his right? In other words, the ball is the closest thing to the net. How close do you think this ball is to the hoop? Do you see this? How do you think he had some amazing attempt? Like, do you think he had a shot here? And by the way, if you've never made a reverse layup in your life, you have to know that it's your opposite hand that you're going to shoot with, right? It's your opposite hand that you're going to lay it up with. In this case, it's going to be your left hand. LeBron James's body at this point behind the glass. Do you see the orange pole here holding it up? Do you see where he is? Do you see how far behind he is? Do you see his shoulders? What do you want him to do with his left hand here? You want him to spin around magically? Do you want him to spin around and lay this in? But look where the left hand is the deepest part of his body right now, other than his feet, I guess, behind the glass. He doesn't have a clear shot at this. And so what does he do? He passes the ball. What do people want him to do? This guy is not able to make that. He's not going to be able to make a reverse layup at this point. Look at how he's lean. By the way, this is an athletic play in and of itself. Look at how his hips are going. Your body follows your hips in any sport. Look at how he's leaning in to try and make a play, and he's still behind the hoop, people. He's behind the hoop. Look at how he brings the ball back in. Do you see how the ball's behind the hoop right here? Do you see how he brings it back into the play? Oh, people, you got to stop hating. You got to stop hating on this guy.